So, all right, so now let's move on to Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. Now, Conan O'Brien Can't Stop is a very funny documentary about Conan's 32-city legally barred from appearing on television tour, which he embarked on after he was unceremoniously dumped from The Tonight Show after only 7 months. And what I liked about this movie is that director Rodman Flender, he shoots 149 hours worth of material just on the tour. And what's great about it is that it doesn't really have much to do with before or after. It really is this sort of snapshot in time between Conan's past and his future, where he finds a way to sort of process the anger that he went through after being dumped from The Tonight Show by really doing the only thing he knows how to do best, which is entertain people. And it's just all about being behind the scenes with him and his head writer and Andy Richter, and see him go from city to city, and sometimes he'll let that one little bitter, angry, resentful comment kind of slip out. But it's really not a movie, and this is Flender who did a very good job editing it. It's really not a movie that is trying to impress you or try to convince you that Conan is just angry and horrified and bitter and just filled with recrimination. He sort of lets it kind of come out slowly, so the accumulation is that he still kind of harbors some resentment. And I like the fact that he did that. And we'll take a look at a clip and you'll get a sense of what it's about.
Usually I'm at a certain weight, and then when I went off TV, there was a period there of just like cheese, popcorn. Hello? Job? Television job?
I'm really angry at times. Sometimes I'm so mad I can't even breathe.
If there's ever been a time in my life to just say, to hell with it, it's now. It started out as a small idea. What if I just go out there and put on a show for them?
My own show again? I can't wait to have my own show again.
Let's push this crowd back. Everyone give me some room. Get these people back. No. No photos. Should I be worried that we're opening in a town where nobody lives? Walk it down. Let's do it.
This is a cool opportunity for me. This is my opportunity to tell you who I am, how I grew up, and how I came to be. Do you want to hear this story?
The one thing you realize from watching this film is that Conan, you know, is incredibly talented. He's so quick and so clever and so funny. And he's just quick and clever and funny just off the cuff. You know, when you spend 149 hours shooting somebody, you're going to get a sense of what they're really like. In that length of time, you just can't hide it. And you know that Conan is, again, he's funny and he's quick and he's sarcastic, and the way he treats his staff is obviously there's a lot of kind of those sarcastic jibes, like especially against his assistant, Sona, who's like this hard-working, put-upon assistant who frankly would probably like wither and cry at Conan's jabs if they weren't so darn funny. But, you know, you do get a sense that he really is kind of in his own way, kind of a warm, nice guy. This is just sort of who he is. He has a certain, even though he's from Brookline, Massachusetts, he does have a certain Midwestern charm and humbleness about him. And I like the scenes that humanized him, where he was amazed that this is the first time in his career that people actually paid to see him, and that he was sort of humbled by that. And so the film really goes a long way to sort of giving you a sense of where Conan was between the time that The Tonight Show ended and when his TBS show started. And you also get a lot of great music. There's a lot of great cameos from musicians like Jack White. Eddie Vedder sings Baba O'Reilly, which is great. And it's just a terrific film. It's a terrific documentary. And so I'm going to give that because, you know, Amy, I love the Conan. Mike loves the Conan. Right, Mike?
I like Conan.
Okay, there you go.
Although we were, you know, our story, hold on, microphone on. Our story with Conan is we were both at Later with Greg Kinnear. Me and Mark were, and we were taking over for Conan. That's our little story. NBC kept saying we were taking over for Conan, and because they were going to fire him. And then Greg decided to do movies. And that's why Conan is a job.
That is true. Early in Conan's run, he kind of came out of the gate a little shaky. And Mike and I were on a show called Later with Greg Kinnear, which is on at 1:35 in the morning, which came on after Conan. And there was somebody that the network had brought in, a terrific guy, whose name I won't mention in case he doesn't want to be mentioned, but he's a really nice guy. He had come in specifically, although we weren't really told this, at least not at my level, he came in specifically to oversee the potential transfer of power between Conan and Greg. And then what happened was Greg decided to pursue film. He decided to leave the show, and then the rest is history. So basically, the reason why Mike and I are not working on The Tonight Show right now, or at least the TBS show, let's say.
I was working on The Tonight Show. I went from The Tonight Show to Kinnear.
Oh, now who's name
Leno
dropping?
Tonight Show.
Now who's name
First
dropping?
year. Yeah.
Well, you know, Mike. Where's Mike Rodman now?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
I have my own network, people.
Oh,
I
no.
don't need NBC.
Oh, them's fighting words. All right, so Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. It's a terrific documentary. And by the way, I'm not just saying that because the director, Rodman Flender, is coming on in 2 weeks. I'm saying that because it really is.
Yes,
That's right.
we'll have the director on, so please tune in 2 weeks as well.
Yes, that's right. So I give, this one I do remember because it was an unqualified like. So I will give it a buy. Woo! But Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. And I just like that film a lot. Do you like Conan O'Brien?
He's all right. I like redheads.